Hello and welcome to Viking Views. I'm Beatriz Salles. Election day is important at Missouri Valley College, so the Student Government Association brought the election spirit to campus. Viking Views' Georgina Padilla reports on how the election party was a big success.
The Student Government Association at Missouri Valley College hosted an election party on Tuesday, November 8th, with the objective of maintaining their students informed about what was happening in the U.S. elections.
This is a very historical election for the United States, so I just wanted to come out and witness it live. Unfortunately, I was not able to vote due to being registered in Nevada and being out in school, so I just wanted to come be a part of it somehow, some way. I came with some of my teammates who are international students, and for them to experience a United States election for the first time while actually being in America is pretty significant, so I wanted to experience that with them as well.
For international student Federico Simbion, attending the party was a learning experience.
Well, I decided to come tonight because I think it's pretty interesting to see how, democratics and politics are, decided here in America. I think it's interesting, and I also came because my girlfriend asked me to. So she's pretty excited to see who's going to win. I think that this is going to help me a lot to understand, for example, the parties. Honestly, I wasn't very sure, which Democrats and Republicans and what do they stand for. But after today, I think it's pretty clear.
Georgina Padilla, Viking Views.
America has picked its new president. Before making this big decision, Missouri Valley College hosted an informational on what citizens should have taken into consideration when deciding on who to vote for. Viking Views' Taylor Gilkey gives us the details on this event.
With this year being election year, knowing politics have been quite crucial. Susan Dittmer decided to get the information about America's and Saline County's candidates known in a special way.
I have been thinking about a lot of different things that I would like to bring to the campus, and this is just one. And in redeveloping this class this semester, I came across the idea, and I thought it would be a really good thing to bring to the campus and also to Saline County.
Dittmer decided to have her presentational speaking class create displays of information for the public to read and to help her class know what's going on to help their decision when it's time to vote.
I know for one that I have many friends who have absolutely no idea what's on the ballot, and that's disturbing. And then they go to the polls and they vote. And so how are they voting has always been a big concern of mine.
To help locals and students get a better grasp of what's going on in the political world, Dittmer had her students perform a debate on why someone should select the presidential candidate that they were defending. The students in the audience were given a lot of information to help them form their decision for voting day, November 8th. I'm Taylor Gilkey, Viking Views.
Throughout the semester, Missouri Valley provided ways to get their students registered to vote, to be sure that they were a part of the election process. Missouri Valley College international students are working as tutors in multiple disciplines at the Learning Center, and some students are determined to teach in their second language. There are 6 international students working as tutors at the Learning Center. Gustavo Macori Cosma is an international student and he teaches English.
First, I began working as a tutor in order to fulfill my service learning for my classes, but then after that I got recruited by the Learning Center to do tutoring, and then after that I became a SI instructor. What I like the most about tutoring is the reward feeling of helping students to complete an assignment that might have been causing them a lot of stress. One of the best feelings is to see a student who's seen stress at the beginning of the tutoring section to leave it feeling pleased and satisfied with their progress.
Cosmo said he feels comfortable in teaching Americans about writing techniques because he usually helps them with changing the way they approach a paper rather than teaching them about their own language.
My international students are some of my most trustworthy students. They're here to work and they're always here on time. They're very busy. All of my tutors are very busy. They have a full schedule, but yes, I think they do an excellent job.
All tutors need to complete around 6 and 7 hours of tutoring during a week at the Learning Center. Students are usually selected as tutors through professors' recommendations. Missouri Valley College is in the final weeks of the fall term, and a measure implemented during the summer is changing the way students handle textbooks. Viking Views' Justin Schaefer has more on the new policy and what it means for Vikings heading into the spring.
It's about that time to purchase textbooks for the upcoming spring semester, but not in the bookstore like before. A new policy was implemented in the summer that students would have to purchase their own textbooks online, and educational technology specialist Janice Padley, who oversaw the process, explains why it was implemented.
I think we were at a point where we either needed to increase tuition or come up with another solution for the bookstore, and it was decided to leave tuition the same, so there was no increase in tuition, but in order to offset that, books were now going to be at the student's expense, which could be different amounts for each student, and depending on your course schedule, and maybe even the type of books that you were going to order, this might be a way that you could save money and use an e-book or maybe rent a book instead of having to purchase a book.
Missouri Valley student Ryan Hancock thought it was a great change as opposed to the original bookstore.
Honestly, my freshman year, I got here and we actually had to buy our books, and then a few years later they made it to where we do the $500. The amount of money that I spend on books, I don't spend anywhere near $500 because I buy them used or I buy like an older edition, and everything else, it still works just as well. I generally think it's a lot better.
Padley also adds students can benefit from this as students can purchase the books using any financial aid credit they have available.
It's not a cost that's set in stone. They can buy a new book if they want to. If it's in a major that they want to keep their textbooks, it would be they could buy a reasonable used textbook if they wanted to. If they don't want to keep anything, they could do an e-book where they just have the download and it expires after a certain time. They can rent and return. They have the option of selling their books back at any time. They don't have to wait till the end of the term. They could wait through 2 terms and sell them back at any time.
Justin Schaefer, Viking Views.
Students can purchase their textbooks at mobile.edu under the Student Services tab. It's the intersection of early 20th century pop culture and time to travel. It's the Missouri Valley College's theater department preparing for its next show, On the Verge. In this show, students, faculty, parents, and locals will get the chance to watch mobile students in their element. On the Verge is about 3 women that are traveling through time to figure out their futures. The actors have begun preparing for this play that is a comedy, although there are some dramatic elements, and throughout the play there are several facets to 4 interesting characters.
Especially Tyrone Harris, who is portraying 8 different characters. Basically, those 8 characters that he portrays, they have 8 different personalities, some or most of which suit him just well. Grover, Mr. Coffee, Gus, Nikki Paradise, and many more that you and the rest of the audience will get to see on opening night of the performance.
The play runs in the Exxon Theater from November 10 to the 12th. For information on the tickets, go to the Missouri Valley website and look here under the Fine Arts tab. Some Missouri Valley College students show off their singing skills without singing a word. Viking Views Ricardo Padilla has a story on the silent set to music.
Black Student Union were the creators of the lip sync battle last Wednesday, November 2nd. The students that sang up got to sing and dance to their favorite songs.
I feel like it's something that people watch on TV, so I feel like it would be entertaining for like the students to be a part of it. It didn't take much for us to do it. It was just more so of like the student involvement, like on the campus. It was fun. At first, like people started coming, like I guess after like they saw like Snapchat and stuff. Like we were like texting people like last minute, like, "Are you guys coming?" But I mean, like we had like a good like 20 people at first, and then like it just started like growing. So we got a good crowd tonight.
She also said that his event helps students to go out and meet new people while having fun. At the end of this event, they decide for the winner. The first place winner of this event was Chanel Lanson.
Well, it was nothing to do on campus, and $50 is a lot of money to a college student. So when I was bored, me and my friends started lip sync. They didn't want to do it. I did. That's how I got this. The song came on, everybody started rapping with it, and I'm like, okay, it's not that bad.
At the end of the event, you can see the old student got together, making this an amazing night of fun. Ricardo Padilla, Viking Views.
The Black Student Union also gave away t-shirts, cups and socks to students that assisted with this event. Senior theater Tyrone Harris has Missouri Valley College students laugh not only at his action skills, but also at his entertaining sound effects. Viking Views' Chris Wallace reports on Harris' love of laughter.
It's a Flatliners comedic whose energy attracts a crowd.
Mrs. Burgundy's yard, here we go.
I wanted to find a way to make people like laugh, and I know that sounds a very vague reason, but when I see that you turn something out of nothing, that's what intrigued me. You can build an entire world or a universe or a story, and the bigger the crowd, the better I get performance-wise. Personally, to me, when I see like 2 or 3 people, I lose this energy.
No. No, oh my God, no.
They're just playing seasonal music. That's like
too soon! They completely skipped over Thanksgiving.
I know I'm very infamous for doing like the sound effects, because it's like a ping pong game, you know? You serve, they serve back. You give energy, they give it back. Well, if I only got like a couple of players, then I'm giving a couple of players worth of energy.
In the near future, Harris hopes to take his improv skills to his hometown, St. Louis, Missouri, by having his own improv troupe and also performing in major comedic roles. Chris Wallace, Viking Views.
That's Viking Views for this week. Thank you for watching. I'm Beatriz Salles.